अथ ज्ञानरत्रं समुद्धृतं येन तस्मै वसिष्ठाय गुरुणां गुरवे नमः। वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय। सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। शब्द ब्रह्म की जय। सरस्वती महारानी की जय। जोग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। हरि ओम। ये जो हम 3 श्लोक पढ़ते हैं, यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि भवन्त्यादि युगागमे यस्मिंश्च प्रलयं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। That is the truth wherefrom all these beings take their origin and they remain in it for some time, and they exist in it and they disappear, they dissolve in it. So what do you understand from this? आज सुबह हम बात जो कर रहे थे, इज इट नॉट द मूवमेंट, द क्रिएशन मीन्स मूवमेंट, द क्रिएशन स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम द एब्सोल्यूट इक्विलिब्रियम, दैट्स ऑल। अरे यार, जो हम सुबह बात कर रहे थे ना, वही तो बात है। इसी से समझ में आता है, ये तीनों श्लोक भी ऐसे ही है। द मोशन स्टार्ट फ्रॉम इक्विलिब्रियम, दैट्स ऑल। दैट इज कॉल्ड वर्ल्ड, दैट इज कॉल्ड ट्रूथ। Isn't it? These 3 stanzas, the prayer for ultimate, it gives this idea only. कहाँ चला गया कहीं? डोंगल नहीं। आ गया भाई?
हरिओम। हाँ आ गए स्वामी जी।
अच्छा जी, जय हाँ। हरिओम हरिओम हरिओम। 3 श्लोक यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि भवन्त्यादि युगागमे यस्मिश्च प्रलयं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः. Where from in the beginning of the creation all these creatures take their origin, they remain in it, they exist in it and they dissolve in it. We salute that absolute truth. So what do you mean by this? What is the meaning? Creation means some movement. Creation is a process. Process means action and reaction, isn't it? So the creation starts from this and exists in it and dissolves in it, just as the bubbles are created out of water and remain in the water for some time and burst in the water. They are water only. That is what is creation. So simple, why to make it complicated? Our habit is to make everything complicated and break our head and solve it. On the other hand, we can say our identity is a complication only. And on this basis, I always tell you what I understand. You see, spirituality is normality and simplicity, and world is abnormality and complicacy. This is what we take out from all these fights and all these churning and you see Shastrarth, this and that, so much analysis, logic and fighting. I am right, you are wrong. Finally we come to this only, so simple. So simple. Truth is simple. We make it complicated and because our ID is complicacy. So we have to, whatever we see it complicatedly.
ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप क्वेश्चन को हम ऐसे लिख रहे क्या सर?
हाँ?
हम ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप क्वेश्चन को ऐसे लिख रहे क्या?
क्या क्या?
ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप क्वेश्चन दिया गया है, आप बोल रहे ट्रूथ सिंपल है, तो ट्रूथ सिंपल तो हम ऐसे लिख रहे क्या उसके बारे में?
Maybe Swamiji, in complication we enjoy.
Of course, complicacy is enjoyment, and that is how the purpose of the creation is amusement of the truth. It is entertainment, passing time. And just as we cover up with a beautiful shawl or some nice jacket at the time of cold to protect ourselves, similarly this creation, this all these overlapping, this complicacy, blanket is complicacy. It is not one thread. And Rajai also quit, that is also complicacy, accumulation, and this and that, then it becomes a quilt. So everywhere everywhere we accumulate something to do something. So we can say this creation is nothing but some covering as a blanket, and it is to have some joy. This world is not for weeping and fighting, it is only for enjoyment. This is how. Don't take this enjoyment in. Of course, anybody can take this as per his views. Charvakis, they say, Rinam KritvaGhritam Pivet Javat Jivet Sukham Jivet. As long as you live, borrow some money and drink nectar, your milk and ghee, butter and honey, and enjoy life. Who knows after death what happens? But this is not the right way to think for enjoyment. Enjoyment means not eating and drinking and dancing. Enjoyment is mental case. Mental case. Pain and pleasure is mental only. So, mind should be calm and quiet, that is called enjoyment. If you are worrying for something, if you are engaged in something restlessly, then that is not called enjoyment. Enjoyment is rest. If you can rest, that is called enjoyment. You have got your freedom. You can do anything and everything while resting. But if you have some project to do something, then you cannot do as you like. You have your plan and a project. So this is how the world is to amuse, to enjoy means to rest, not to run behind something. Rest is real enjoyment, isn't it? तभी तो कहते हैं सारे दुनिया में सबसे मीठा चीज क्या है? What is the sweetest of all in this world? Even brighter than sunshine, sweeter than honey. What is that? Snoring.
If you are saying that the world is not for weeping and sorrow, you are telling only to enjoy. But when we see of philosophers like Buddha and these people, they said that the whole world is full of sorrows and worries only.
Yes, that is correct. They didn't say they were in trouble. They were weeping. To overcome weeping and problems, they struggled so much, and they reached a point where no struggle, no sorrows, end of all sorrows. And that's how they could end others' sorrows. कहा नाम है कृष्णा का कहानी. Buddhadev didn't go to do some relief work after earthquake. He didn't go to distribute some blankets and some foodstuffs and some money for students for their books and shoes and dress. Nothing he did. He distributed only knowledge. Knowledge is enjoyable object, and ignorance is cause for all the problems, all the sorrows, all the problems. Knowledge is the matter to enjoy, and that gives you rest, that gives you proper understanding of the time, situations and conditions you understand. When you understand it is the play of nature, so you don't do anything and witness it and enjoy. That is only by understanding, proper understanding. Or else you cannot but be entangled in the surrounding, in the situation, in whatever is going on. For example, you see, if some people are gathered together and howling, shouting and fighting, and some commotion is going on in some marketplace, and you are in the market, what to do? What do you do? What is the common people they do? They go and interfere, they become one among them. That is the mob movement. That is what happens. Yes, yes, what has happened? Oh, did he say something to you? No, why you said like that? That is wrong. This is what people do. The foolish people, they interfere in the others' affairs, and the wise people, they never interfere in others' affairs. इसके ऊपर एक संस्कृत में कहावत है, द्वाभ्याम तृतीयम न भवामि मूढ़ः. There was something going on in the court of Bhojaraj, some king, and the king had 9 great poets and wise people. They were the jewels, 9 jewels. Among them, Kalidas was one. So somehow he was doing something and the king accused, "Oh great one, you are a fool." So Kalidas replied, "I am not fool, because I have not done 3 things like this. One who does 3 activities," he gave the example, "he is called a fool, number 1 fool." What? One who eats while walking, he is a fool. Eats while walking, one should sit down and eat. One should not eat while walking. That is greatest foolishness. And one should not laugh at the time of speaking. That is foolishness. If there is some reason after the talking, you can laugh. Of course, laughter is a must, but in between, while talking, if one laughs without reason, he is a fool. And if one interferes in 2 persons' affairs, he is a greatest fool. This is how 3 types of great fools. one who eats while walking, one who laughs while talking, and one who interferes in others' affairs. They are called fools. So he said, I have not done such things. So how can you blame me as a fool? This is what the great people say. So it is foolishness to interfere in others' affairs. That is what common people do. They do it by habit. Everybody is habituated.
Even eating while walking is become a fashion these days.
Yes, it has become a fashion nowadays.
You know, in foreign countries and everywhere, on the go. Take something on the go. That becomes the fashion.
स्वामी जी शादियों में पहले ना बिठा के खिलाते थे, आजकल बिठा रहे भी नहीं, ऐसे ही खिला रहे चलो।
परंतु ऐसा नहीं बोलते हैं कि चलते चलते खाते जाओ। ऐसा तो नहीं बोलते हैं ना भाई, ले जाओ, लेकर के कहीं भी बैठो, कहीं खड़ा होकर के खा लो। परंतु चलते चलते खाने के लिए कहीं चलते चलते खाना देखा नहीं गया। कभी कभी कोई करते हैं, दैट इज नॉट गुड फॉर हेल्थ, नो, dangerous for health, because while walking our body works in different way, and while eating it works in different way, two different systems, so they should not get together. खाते वक्त पानी हम पीते हैं तो सांस को रोक करके पीना चाहिए, नहीं तो, और बाएं नस्ट्रिल में जब हम सांस लेते हैं उस समय पानी पीना चाहिए। दाहिना नाक में जब हम सांस लेते हैं तब भोजन करना चाहिए। देयर इज सम रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ वर्क यू कैन डू while breathing in left nostril or right, or both together, Sushumna. So all these rules and regulations, the great research scholars have done research, and they have given us Swara Shastra. Swara Shastra, the science of breathing. Science of breathing. What one should do at what time when you breathe like some way. So all the rules and regulations are given. How, when to go to bed, how to eat, when to drink, and when to talk, when to meditate, and when to go to sleep. Everything. And thereby you will get success, not fail in your attempt. So, what we say, our interference in other affairs, that means entanglement anywhere and everywhere without any purpose, that is our habit. That is how the common people behave. That is not the path of spirituality. Spirituality path is not to be entangled into anything. And that is rest, that is wisdom, and that is what Buddha Dev distributed, shared with others. All these great people, they never go for distributing blankets or food or some other useful daily needs. They don't do so. We go for such relief work. This is not the real relief. The full relief one can have from wisdom only, from knowledge only. So coming to our point, वह बोध किस प्रकार का है? This is our topic now today. How is that knowledge which is the cause for all the pleasure, where there is no pain at all, what is called real eternal enjoyment? How is that knowledge? What is the form of it? What is the nature of it? How it looks like? यह विश्व नित्य एवं पूर्ण ब्रह्म रूपी है. वही तो सुबह हम कर रहे थे झगड़ा तो उसी के ऊपर ही, एक ही चीज दूसरे दूसरे रूप में, और कुछ नहीं. यह विश्व नित्य एवं पूर्ण ब्रह्म रूप ही है. दिस होल यूनिवर्स. Today we were discussing on a universe morning. How does it look like? To whom? Who is the seer? यह विश्व नित्य एवं पूर्ण ब्रह्म रूप ही है. This universe is not universe, it is a just a synonymous term for the truth. हरिदेव जगत जगदेव हरि ही. हरि तो जगत तो नहीं भिन्न तनु. इति यस्य मति परमार्थ गति स नरः भवसागरम उद्धरति. The God is truth, is world is truth. They both meaning of both words are identical, synonymous. They have no different meaning. The world is truth. Truth is world. So why all this confusion then?
And how we can call a truth as a dream, Swamiji?
Dream also is a truth. Why not?
It's hard to believe.
You see, you are so partial. When you eat beautiful sweets, delicious sweets, you say it is food. And when you pass your stool, and you say it is not food. What a partial person you are. That is also food stuff. Is it not? Not for you maybe, but for others. Isn't it? For the germs, for it is a beautiful, so nice manure. It is food for the plant, food for the germs. Huh? Pig. Sometimes some street dogs. And sometimes for the ignorant children also. They don't know. They just play in it and eat it. So accept the truth, my dear. Don't be partial. All these, whatever you see, as a world or universe with names and forms, with action and reactions, with incidents, full of incidents everywhere, every moment something is happening, something is disappearing, something is appearing, somebody is dying, somebody is taking birth, appearing, and all these, everywhere some commotion is going on. Wherever you go, whatever you see these little tiny flowers, something is going on, you are not aware of it. It is struggling to express itself, and the wind is obstructing it, and some other things are supporting it. The insects are there in it for food. The black bees are coming and swimming, and they are taking the honey out of it. The butterfly is coming and enjoying it, helping in some way and disturbing in some other way. Something is going on everywhere, commotion. Nowhere there is rest, nowhere there is silence. Once our Vasithji wanted to meditate somewhere, so he could not find any solitary place on this earth. He went to the sky. In the sky also, everywhere something is, disturbance is going on. When your mind becomes so subtle, subtleness means more disturbance. Because you can realize, you can visualize what is going on. Because we are gross, with gross mind, and we don't go deep into the matters, so we overlook everything. We don't understand anything, just pass by. And the people with sharp intellect and subtle mind, they get disturbed by little things. And a total you see, undisturbed position, when you cannot remove all these from the surroundings, wherever you are, everywhere something, see, these birds are fighting, and Gangaji is shouting, and the car is starting. How much sound? And see the small bodies, they are eating something and talking to each other. Everywhere something is going on. We are gross-minded fellows, we don't care for all this, we overlook all this. When your mind becomes subtle, you will be so much disturbed. Small things can disturb you. This is what happened with Vasithji. He couldn't find some solitary place in this world. So he was searching somewhere. He went to the corner of our unlimited sky, and there, somewhere, were less creations. There he could find little solitary. So he made a heart out of his mind. The moment he thinks, it will appear. So he made it there, and he enjoyed meditation there. He could not find solitary place in this world. That means everything, everywhere, something is going on what we are not aware of. Don't think your moon and Mars or Jupiter, all these planets are silent and there is no being. For gross-minded, gross-eyed fellows, there are no beings like us. That's how we say there are no living beings. There are no living beings there because there is no water. Water cannot be absent anywhere. In different form the water will be available there than water we see on the earth plane. The wind will be in different form there and everything is different there than earth's plane. So we don't see it properly because we are acquainted with all these geographical, ecological and climatical conditions. Our personality is made up of all these gross elements. We cannot see all these subtle elements. That's why we say there is no being on moon. And there is no water also there. This is not there, that is not there, that is not there. Whatever you don't see, you say it is not there. And you don't know what limitations are there for your eyes. Your eyes, your vision is so limited. How much you see? Your vision is different from the vision of owls, vision of the eagles, vision of the snake. And you say you can see something. So don't think whatever you know is right and you know everything. Anything is possible anywhere at any time. Everything is possible in Mayayam Sarvasambhava. In this illusory world, everything is possible. Everything is possible. तो कहने का मतलब ये हुआ हरिरेव जगत जगदेव हरि ही. The truth is world, world is truth. हरि तो जगतो नहीं भिन्न तनु. There is no different bodies, difference in the appearance or in the forms or names. There is no difference at all between the world and the truth. Harito jagato nahi bhinna tanuhu. There is no difference at all. Iti yasya matihi. One who knows perfectly well this point. Iti yasya matihi. Paramartha gati. Sanaro bhavasagara muddharati. He reaches the highest. Paramartha gati. He reaches the highest and he goes across this ocean of world. What is world? It is a confusing fight eternal fight among this and that, among the duals, among the opposites, pairs of opposites, and that is called ocean. Ocean. This is how ocean is understood. Always with waves and whirlpools and motions and movements and everything in it, storms. This is how ocean is known.
In a world, individuality is not possible. In a world, individuality is not possible.
Why not? Why not? Individuals are there, and every individual also is a group. There where we are partial to take something as a decision, there is no decision anywhere, no conclusion, only confusion. There is no conclusion, only confusion. Are Michael?
Let confusion reign supreme.
So, we are already confused, and Swamiji, you are making us more confused. If you know the confusion as confusion, then you are saved. But we don't accept the confusion as confusion, we accept it as the reality. That's how we are bewildered. We see, but we oversee it. We hear, we don't hear it, overhear it. Whatever we do it haphazardly and think we have done perfectly. When you do anything perfectly, where do you reach? Come on. Where do you reach? What is the last moment of your doing? If you are doing everything perfectly, rightly you are doing, without any mistakes, where do you reach? You reach in inaction. There is no action. Because we do everything wrongly. That's why we try to do something more which will be more right. That is in ratio, in degrees. How much wrong and how much more it is wrong. If you go to South India, they say, we don't have winter here. Then what do you enjoy there in South India? It is less hot and little normal hot, and then little more hot, and little still more hot, and then unbearable heat, hot. In this summer only is different stage, different degrees. There is no winter there. Similarly, in poles, in polar regions, you see cold, more cold, freezing cold, dying cold. What else? What else?
Freezing cold.
You don't feel anything.
Yes. And in polar region, you know, light, whether it is day or light at night, there is no difference in light. Whether there is day or night, there is no difference in light. where it is?
North Pole.
In the polar regions, north and south both. There sunrise, midday, or sun setting, evening, or midnight, they are just little difference. Little difference. so, so similarly, this world is, and our life is, or our actions and reactions are, and our you see achievements in the world. One who knows this world is nothing but God. God is world. Only the words differ, the meaning is same. That person is real knower of the truth, and he goes beyond, he goes across the ocean of world, this miserable world. The blacksmith knows there is no difference in the cutter, the axe, the knife, and the sword. He knows perfectly well, so he can deal with the iron as he likes, and he treats it according to the need of the demand. How much it has to be heated, how much it should be watered, how much what will be the shape so that it will be usable, what will be the sharpness, all these, what will be shape, what will be the size, that the blacksmith knows. And he knows the difference, there is no difference. That's how he can treat with the iron well. Similarly with the goldsmith, he knows all about the gold. So he knows the chain, the ring and the bangle. They are only gold, there is no difference. The words are different. Similarly, the wise man, he understands there is no difference between the world and the God. Only different forms. As the goldsmith visualizes, there are different forms in the gold. So the ring or the bangle, what difference is there? On this there is a beautiful example. Some great devotee, before celebration of our Ganesh, Vigna Vinayak Ganeshji, Ganesh Chaturthi, Vinayak Chaturthi, before that he wanted to purchase and bring home some idols of Ganesh and worship it on the particular day, and he will keep it in the home. So he went to the market and he was searching for some beautiful Ganesh idol. He went to a goldsmith's shop. He saw beautiful Ganesh, glittering, made up of silver, because his body color is white, so silver suits best to make Ganesh idols. So he saw it and went to the shop and bargained with the goldsmith and purchased that beautiful size and shape of Ganeshji. He was coming, and by the way he forgot. He went back again to purchase a rat, some mouse, because Ganeshji Vahan, the vehicle is rat. So he has to bring a small rat, and then only it will be perfect puja, or else it will not be taken as a full puja. So he went back, asked, "My dear, can you give me a small rat?" Yes, yes, take some small rat. The Ganesh idol was so big, the rat was so small, and he asked the value, the cost of it. So the Ganesh was for 1,000, and because it was empty inside, and the Chuha, this rat was solid, and it was heavy, and it was made up of gold, because there was no silver rat available. So he said, "This rat you can take." Okay, what is the cost? The goldsmith says it is 2,000 rupees. What? Ganesh is so big, and he is worshipable, and he is so big, and the cost of Ganesh is 1,000, and Chuha is so small, and it is, you say it is 2,000? Impossible. I cannot give so much. So the goldsmith explains to him, "My dear, Ganesh is Ganesh for you, not for me. It is only silver for me. And this rat is rat for you, small for your vision. But for my vision it is great. It is because it is gold. So you cannot see as I see. Visions differ. The devotee sees the Ganesh, God, the idol, but the goldsmith sees it is only silver. If it breaks down, then he can do some other idol out of it. Same ingredient. So in this way we look at the world, and the wise man sees everywhere only the truth pervades everywhere. All these names and forms, they are the outcome of the original element, that is gold. Suvarnavarnam. Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha. The womb of the golden womb. Our son, our creator, is named as golden womb, where from all the golds we get. And Jupiter is, come on, which womb? Diamond womb. We get only diamonds in Jupiter, no gold is available there. Earth is golden, and sun is golden womb, and Jupiter is diamond, and Moon is something else. These matters are available there and it has got life. You know why the gold is so costly? If you eat gold, means water or gold, bhasmi, what do you call it? Huh? No, gold, bhasma. Ash, no. Chemically they make it into ash and that is very good. The best tonic, little, just very little of it. That's why they like in the olden days they like to eat in golden or silver plates and drink in golden glasses. Thereby, and they wear golden rings because while eating or drinking some little water goes in. That helps our health. Because we have been made by all these only. Our body, our mind, our intellect, our prana, everything is the outcome of composition of all these five elements, and they come out of gold only. All these, what I am telling and what we are understanding from this may be something meaningless for ordinary people, but when we think seriously to the depth of the meaning of words and really what is happening, then we understand how much real it is. When we contemplate over our own life, our lifestyle, our surroundings, our understanding, we think we are the living beings. We don't think the grass is also living being. We treat so ruthlessly, so cruelly with the earth, with the grass, with the plants, isn't it? Without mercy.
Swamiji, normally in religion or everywhere, people talk of spiritualism or when they write, giving discourses, jo bhi hai. Everybody defines one thing: this world is unreal,
Yes.
and God only is real. So focus on God.
That's why there is a difference.
God, this world itself is real.
Yes.
Only thing is, inside it's real, outer world is changing.
Yes.
That may be the.
That is how we understand from our satsang and lectures and everything. But we don't contemplate over it from all sides. That's how we don't understand what we hear. This is how we have to try to understand it analytically, logically, from every angle with examples and looking at everything at all time around us. What is this? How is this life? And philosophy is nothing but the vision of life. That's all. From which angle you see? How do I see? How does he see? There is differences. So we have to see how this difference is created. Why? And how can we have one single shout, one cry, this is truth. How can? Everybody has to see properly. Then only we can say one thing at a time. If you are thinking something else, he is understanding something else, he is doing something else, how can you get together? So, we must go to every action, every incident, every object, every moment, at all situations, and we should understand to its real meaning. Then only we can have something little contentment. Or else we here whole life we have heard, nothing is understood, nothing is got, nothing is achieved. मैं कह रहा हूँ ना, बचपन से I have gone through hundreds of Gitas, starting from small, so big, explanatory, and so much, so much discussions and so much explanations are given by different people. And we understand nothing. And one who writes the book, he also knows nothing. He collects some facts and figures from different other books and he starts writing something and becomes the authority. All this bogus nonsense. What I write, I don't understand. What I speak, I don't know what is the meaning I am speaking. Nobody knows anything and everybody claims that I am the real knower. I know everything, you are a fool. This is the reality, why don't you accept it? And if you can accept it, then you will have interest to understand. We don't try to understand, really speaking. The greatest problem is nobody wants to understand anything. We just want to overlook it and take for granted something as something. He says, I have understood. What have you understood? This is like that. Nothing has gone in.
If we want to understand, we can understand from
Yes, then you will feel restless like a fish out of water. Every moment you have to vibrate. I want to know what happens to a person after say 10 days fasting. How does he look for some food? That feeling should come. We just heard some lectures from somebody. Oh, that person, very knowledgeable man. Yes, he gave such a beautiful lecture, you know. What did he say? He narrated everything very nicely. He gave so beautiful examples, and in between he quoted many things from many scriptures, and he was, what a beautiful throat. He sings so nicely.
It's like that.
This is the truth, but it should not be told frankly before everyone like this. Please excuse me, Please excuse me. I don't want to make you fools, but I know I am a fool. But I know I can become a wise man. This is the path, but I am just a neophyte. I know this path will lead to the right goal. This is the way. Every object we should not give up. We should catch hold of it and go on thinking over it, churning over it. मैं ये क्यों कह रहा हूँ? मेरा यही हैबिट है, कुछ दिमाग में जब चला गया ना, फिर तो मैं पागल हो जाता हूँ, सिर दर्द हो जाता है, और ये मेरा आदत है बचपन से, क्योंकि I lived my life in solitude only. So whatever comes into my mind, I go on thinking till I get willing and fall down. Till then I go on thinking and I get nothing. But my habit is to think over it. And I think everybody should think like this. Then sometimes we reach some conclusion which gives little satisfaction. That I can tell you. Little satisfaction we get when we reach at some conclusion. And that conclusion, of course, is not final, but it gives a little contentment, little pleasure, little bliss. Oh, I have understood something. I have understood something. At least my effort has not gone in vain. So what he says, this world is truth, the truth is world. यह न तो नष्ट होता है, neither it gets lost, neither it gets, क्या कहते हैं नष्ट, नष्ट को क्या कहेंगे, मेरे को तो कोई अंग्रेजी शब्द भी नहीं मिल रहा. It never gets dissolved or disappears or destroyed. What is called destruction? I don't understand. That's why I am not using that word. Destruction means construction. In one way it is a changing phenomena. So how can we say something is destroyed? That's how he also says, never gets destroyed. Destruction has got no meaning. It is found in Fool's Dictionary. Just as impossible. And I can say, dictionary belongs to a foolish man. All the words have no meaning. It has got only one meaning. So if at all some dictionary is there and they have given some different meanings to different words, finally they have not understood what is word. Because all the roads lead to Rome. All the sound they merge in Om. It is not Rome, it is Om. They merge in Om. And I shall tell you a practical point. Whatever sound you hear, see now the drum is beaten. In the end, the last part of the sound, it ends in at last the end of Om. That is called Nada Bindu Kala, and beyond that, Kalatitam. All the sounds, they end in that silence. Before silence, this will be the sound. And we can have practical, experiment, as they say the lamas do, to produce sound. Some 8-metalled vowel will be there, and similar a rod will be there, go on circulating, rotating the rod around the vowel in the air. First start slowly, 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 go on increasing your speed. After 2-3 minutes, so subtle sound you will be able to hear. And then it becomes grosser and grosser, and after 5 minutes you will hear such a beautiful sound. Om. Om. And that is, we have named it as Om, but that sound is same everywhere. In Western philosophy they say there are 2 words in the beginning of the creation. We say some one word was there. We say also 2 words. Om Atha. Atha. Onkara Satha Sabdascha Dvabeto Brahmana Pura Kantham Hitva Vinirjato Tasman Mangalika Bhava. This stanza gives the secret of the creation in one stanza. How from the throat of the Creator these 2 words come out, and these 2 words are the cause of creation and myth, and the creation itself they project out, they scatter out as sound, and that becomes the sky. Space is nothing but expansion of the sound.
This stanza you put it from which scripture?
ये सब जगह पर है, सब जगह पर. ओंकार साथ शब्दश्च द्वावेतो, these 2, Brahmana Pura, in the time immemorial, in the past, immemorial past, these 2 words came out of the mouth of the throat of the Creator, Brahma, and this became Veda also. These 2 were in different directions. In one direction it becomes the solid knowledge which is called Veda, and in different ways it becomes the seer, seen and seeing process. In different way it becomes, when it is expanded, the sound becomes the ether or the space, and in different way the sound becomes the objects. How it takes time and it is under process. The space becomes a motion, That is called wind, then fire and 5 elements, and then they get together with each other in different ratios, different degrees, and different objects are made. That is sound only. Wherever you go, there is sound in water, there is sound in naturally, there is sound in fire, there is sound in wind, there is sound in sky also. And everywhere, if you analyze minutely, the last atom of sound you will get. Nothing else. And they get mingled with each other, they get accumulated with each other, and they compose some different types of units which can be seen as a form, which can be heard as a sound, which can be touched as something, and which can be tasted as something, some feeling we get, and which can be smelled as smell. In this way, this world we know. So these are the starting point. Many ways it is proved. Many ways by the philosophers, they have proved it. There is sound here. It is not audible. It will be audible if you try, experiment it. It will be audible. And this is what the modern scientists also, they do agree, they have to agree. When the spacecraft goes somewhere, they send back the information. They send back only some sound. Tick, 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 tick. Sounds like this. So there is sound in the sky which is not audible to us. This is how Vasishtha was troubled. He had no silent place which is called solitary. Seclusion. There is no place where you can have silence. Now sitting here, we are talking and we are concerned about our talking and hearing everything. Do you know how many sounds over here it is going on? Some commotion. We think we are sitting here in Ganga bank in a solitary place. No. Just close your eyes and try to hear. So many types of sounds.
Swamiji, what's the relationship between attention and sound? If there is any.
Attention.
And sound.
हे भगवान, बड़ा खड्डे में डाल दिया मेरे को. बड़े confusion में डाल दिया. Attention means not hearing anything, not smelling anything, not in proper meaning, not doing anything. So if you are hearing sound, where is attention? That's how they try to hear the anahat sound, the heart beating, continuous heart beating. That is a method to have concentration and meditation. अनाहत सुनना. तो सबका एक एक है. देखना, त्राटक, एक चीज को देखते रहो और डाइवर्ट मत करो. वो हमारा साधना का सब यही है तरीका. We have different ways, basic ways for practice. For the eyes, concentrate on one form, any form, a form of your deity or your ancestors or your good friend whom you like more, or a black spot on the white background, or a you see a alphabet or something. Just look at it without closing your eyes, without having.
Sound has some attraction for attention.
Yes, for everything, everything. That's how we are attracted to forms, and we are attracted to sound, that is called music. Music also ends in that Om at last. So go on hearing on any sound. That's how when you go to Ganga back, and whether you hear it or not, it is dominating there. So it has effect on your mind, and you get little peace. Because all other sounds are overpowered by Ganga sound. This sound is audible to Aina. Yes, yes, Ganga sound. It is not ordinary sound, and it is continuous. That's how, if you sit near Ganga bank, you get little peace very soon, because it is a continuous sound. That continuity has meaning. And the flow also is perennial flow. That's how it has got so much influence over you. And that's how the smell is everywhere there. So if you can concentrate on some smell, then you can have quick attention, that means concentration or meditation, and then touch also, and also the
Taste.
yeah,
Next sense is taste.
taste, yes, taste. The taste also. If you go on thinking on any taste, then mind gets very easily one-pointed. Anything. If you concentrate on one object out of these five, form, sound, and smell, or touch, and taste, mind gets very easily one-pointed, and you get into meditation. In this way, he says, this is the highest truth. The world is God, God is world. There is no difference. There is no difference anywhere by any condition. It is only one homogeneous solid truth, which is named as world. It is seen as different forms. It is treated as different objects, or else there is no difference anywhere. Just as, look at your body. Are you absent in your body anywhere? Are you not present in your body? Where are you not present? So this is how, though the body is something other than you, and there are differences in your bodies. It is hand, it is nose, it is flesh, it is bone, it is skin, all these differences we see, but there is no difference when I feel myself everywhere. There is no difference, isn't it? Similarly, this world and God, don't forget, God is playing with his body, coloring it in different ways and making pictures, just as you write your names on the hand or do some designs you make on the body. What do they say it?
Tattooing. Tattoo.
Tattoo. Yes, in your body. So also God has this tattoo. Tribhuvana Bapusa, the three world body, it is his body, decorated so nicely. Chitram Rarambhyata, he decorates, he is a great artist, and his linings are all these. First he starts lining to have some ideas of the object, just as the artists do. And those lines are filled with some colors, then it becomes some item, some form, and difference in colors, difference in linings, difference in designs. Anything can be designed. So every odd is a style. This is how these designers and they do. Anything can be a design. Whatever is new to you, that is a design. So, in this way you can think on the world and everything with this basement. Then you will be happy and you will understand something and you can be impartial. Don't be persuaded by the ideas of others. Have your independency. Try to think independently. Have some new thoughts, some new way of thinking. Don't be slave followers of others. Then only we can have something. For today, this much. This is the highest truth, and this is how you will get the highest experience. हे कौन्तेय ब्रह्म रूपी महान सागर में कुछ तरंग रूपी उत्पन्न होकर विलीन हो जाता है. भूत्वा भूत्वा विलीयन्ते. Everything is originated, appeared every moment, and they get disappeared every moment. This is called world. Appearance and disappearance. Every moment on the ocean, some bubbles appear and they disappear. That bubble's lifetime for the ocean is just like our lifetime for the absolute. Ocean is never perturbed. If thousands of bubbles are created or hundreds of storms come on the surface of it, and stormy wind, whirlpools, and big tides are created, and they make so much sound. Nothing happens to the water. Water is calm and quiet, and all the time same water. Nothing is different than the water. We shall see it tomorrow. Still, emphatically and persistingly and energetically, and you enjoy it in the way to Aina. Okay. हे कौन्तेय ब्रह्म रूपी महान सागर में कुछ तरंग रूप उत्पन्न होकर विलीन हो जाता है. हम ये सब तरंगे, कुछ बुद्ध बुद्धे, कुछ we are the bubbles, some ripples, some whirlpools, some foam, some om. And आज बोधोदय काल में ब्रह्मावर्त में तुम स्फुरित हो रहे हो, and today you are some whirlpool in this ocean of Brahman, the truth, and you are about to subside. That means you become the water in the ocean of this knowledge, and you are about to appear as the knowledge. Knowledge means no whirlpool in the water. It is only water. That is called knowledge. And bubbles and ripples are called ignorance. So this whirlpool is going to, whirlpool means question. And this is going to subside very soon. And only water remains motionlessly. Yes, O Ram, have patience. तुम सर्ववेदी विकार वर्जित ब्रह्म रूपी हो, पृथक नहीं. You are the absolute truth without any agitation, any taints, any differences, without anything. You are the absolute truth. Enjoy it and be established in it, in the absolute silence. Keep quiet, O Ram. Don't talk.
This conversation is going between Krishna and Arjuna.
Arjuna also is explained by Lord Krishna. Krishna also says the same thing. Vasishtha also says the same thing. There is no difference because they are talking from their knowledgeable heart, and others talk by reading some, hearing something from someone. There will be differences. Whatever Valmiki said, the same thing was said by Vasishtha to Rama. Same thing will be said by you to me. Same thing will be said by Brahma to Vasishtha. Ram will hear same thing, Arjuna will hear same thing, we are hearing same thing. There is no difference. Truth is truth. Only little there may be difference in color and taste. Karela or Fulgobi or वाइब्रेशंस। उसको तुम चावल बना दो या उसको पुलाव बना दो और बिरयानी बना लो, उसको इंद्राणी बना लो, उसको मीठा चावल बना दो, इसका उसको तुम कुछ भी बना लो, हो जाएगा। अंदर जब ना रस बन जाता है, रसो वैसा, सबका रस एक ही है, सबका मालिक एक ही है। तुम्हारो जलसी। थैंक यू। हरि ओम। पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय। सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। शब्द ब्रह्म की जय। सरस्वती महारानी की जय। जोग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। हरि